So, Janet, would you agree with her assessment of the situation?
I don't think it's anything's our fault. I think the fact of the matter is that all political parties are using the word immigration to ramp up anxiety and to try and persuade us to vote for them in the run-up to the general election. So we've got Labour saying things like, in future, local houses will be, new houses will be only built for local people. So even on that level, like, you've got to be local to get something. The Tories are promising a big statement on reducing the number of immigrants before Christmas. The fact of the matter is, there's two kinds of immigrants, aren't there? There are the people from all over the European Union and the eastern countries in the European Union who are legally perfectly entitled to come here because the EU is regarded as one big country with no borders. So you can moan as long as you like. They are legally allowed to come here and they're called economic migrants. And the people who are in Calais are, by and large, the people who've come thousands and thousands of miles from repressive regimes. They've put their lives in danger, they've risked death, they've given all their money and all their possessions to go somewhere better than when they started out from. And if you're a human being, you can't look at those people in Calais anything other than with huge concern. Now, I don't actually believe they're all aiming for Britain, because if you look at the figures of migration in Europe, the number of migrants going to Germany is higher than the number coming to Britain. And France is not very much lower. So Britain isn't the holy grail that the Mayor of Calais is making it out to be.
Well, the El Dorado, I think, was the phrase that she used. There's a perception of Britain being El Dorado.
But what is worrying, and I've written about this, is that the situation is drastically getting out of control on the streets of Calais, with hundreds of people arriving every single day, and the police in Calais last week firing rubber bullets at these gangs because they are forming into
But whose
gangs.
problem is that, and who should do something about it? I mean, Nick, I know you're very interested in this. What do you think?
I think that Janet is spot on. That's point number one. Calais is a pressure cooker. As you say, they've come across in flimsy boats from all sorts of places, the famines of Ethiopia and Sudan and Somalia and all the rest of it. They get to Calais and they can't go anywhere else. They're sleeping under bushes. It's a tinderbox, and of course there's going to be a bit of an explosion. But I would also then go back and support you on the EU. The EU. I take my hat off to some bloke who's prepared to slam the door on his house in Vilnius or in Croatia or anywhere else in Eastern Europe, hack across Europe into a country, learn a language and work and actually make a huge contribution to this country. Let's not forget that unemployment is falling, and yet they're coming pouring in. They're workers, they're good people.
You are running against the political rhetoric.
I don't care.
I know that, and it's great to hear it. But as Janet said, most of our politicians are ramping up anxieties about immigration. Now, whether these anxieties are justified or not, I guess, is the real question.
Let me give you a couple of statistics. They say, and they're putting tremendous pressure on the NHS. The average immigrant costs the NHS far less than you or I. They say, but they're crowding our schools. Actually, London schools are coming up in terms of
Standards.
Standards, thank you. Because of the immigrant, the parents are so keen that their children should learn. I think immigration, generally speaking, is very good. Look at the States. What was that built on? It was built on immigration. What did the Irish do when they were in trouble? They came here, they went to the States, and they built those countries.